They say the river in Izumo still remembers the night the sky cracked open and a god decided he wouldn't run anymore. Susanoo arrived like a storm with nowhere to go, exiled, disgraced. His name whispered with the same caution people reserve for lightning. Wind tugged at his sleeves as he walked the valley road, and the air smelled of wet earth and something darker, something old. Then he saw them, an elderly couple, bent like reeds, weeping beside a trembling girl. Her hands were clenched so tightly her knuckles shone white. When Susanoo asked what could break people this completely, the old man's voice scraped out the answer like a confession. A serpent, not a snake. An apocalypse with scales. Yamata no Orochi, 8 heads, 8 tails, a body so vast it draped across hills like a living mountain range. Every year it slithered down from the shadows, and every year it took one daughter. 7 had already vanished into its hunger. The last one stood here now, alive only because the monster hadn't arrived yet. Susanoo listened, and in that silence, something in him shifted, like thunder deciding where to strike. "I'll kill it," he said, simply. "But you'll do exactly as I say." He didn't draw a blade. Not yet. First, he built a trap with patience and shame and purpose, things a storm god was never praised for. He ordered 8 vats of strong rice wine, thick and sharp enough to burn the throat of a demon. He placed them behind 8 gates, one for each greedy head. He turned the girl into a comb and tucked her into his hair, not as a prize, but as a promise. Stay close. I will not fail you. Night fell. The valley held its breath. Then the reeds bent. The river shuddered. A stench of blood and swamp rolled in like fog, and 8 vast shadows rose from the darkness, heads swaying, tongues tasting the air, eyes like lanterns filled with hunger. Orochi found the wine. One head drank, then another, and another, 8 throats gulping, 8 jaws dripping, 8 sets of eyes growing heavy. The monster's massive body slackened across the earth, drunk on arrogance. That's when Susanoo moved. Steel sang from its sheath like a shout. He struck the first neck, clean, brutal, final. The second head reared too slow. The third tried to bite, but its fangs met only air and the certainty of a god who'd chosen redemption over rage. 8 times the blade rose. 8 times it fell. And when Susanoo cut into the serpent's tail, the steel clanged against something hidden inside, something impossibly hard. He split the flesh and revealed a sword, gleaming as if it had been waiting through centuries of terror. A weapon born from a monster's body. A future forged from a nightmare. The dawn came soft, pink over the river. The old couple's sobs changed shape, grief loosening into relief. The girl stood under the new sky, breathing like someone who had been underwater for years. Susanoo didn't smile like a conqueror. He looked at the quiet valley and the sword in his hands, and for the first time, his storm felt guided. Because honor isn't something you inherit. Sometimes it's something you fight for, one terrible head at a time. If you enjoyed this story, please like, share, subscribe, and comment what myth you want next. It really helps the channel grow.